Or Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Harakarash. Number one is the apostles of Greek Millstone. And salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who got ashamed of looking like heathens, who spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. And a name of Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world only calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. And a name of Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua. So I got a quick lesson. Any other precepts come out, you already know it's Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, why you believe it or not. I'm gonna keep it short because I was thinking about it. You know, when you see when it comes down to this new world order and stuff that's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying, who you are really down for, because you can't do gray areas. You see, because you'll put yourself in a state of being lukewarm, even if you fervent on both sides. You see, being cold and hot. So that you find yourself in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You know, so my question to you, you know, you Jakes, those who believe that the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians and Israelites who, you know, are the 12 tribes of Israel and stuff, no matter how they look, you know, in the end, you're going to have to make a choice, you see. And if you don't want to pay any respects and stuff to the words that I say, that's on you. But in the end, everybody's going to be affected, you see. The time is going to come where you're not going to be able to play the Amalekites, you know, or, you know, you're not going to be able to come up another way. You see, you're not going to be able to come up another way and whatnot and stuff, because then the Lord's going to pronounce you a thief and a robber. So you're going to have to either be straight up for the Lord, or you're going to be straight up for Amalekite. I mean, for the kites. I mean, Amalekite. You see. And I got one question. Now I know that they changed many things and whatnot and stuff when it comes down to the Bible. But if they, you know, if they change the holy language and stuff to Yiddish, you know what I'm saying, but all the prophecies are still in place. Now, this is me speaking hypothetically or speaking as a man. If the Old Testament, you know what I'm saying, I mean, it's the Torah, the Talmud, you know what I'm saying, you know, and then whatever they call it and stuff for the New Testament, if those prophecies are still in place, why if those prophecies if it's in a different language, but yet the prophecies are still correct, what would be wrong with going on the highways and byways in season out of season with that language? Because I know there's Israelites in Israel who call themselves Israeli, you know what I'm saying, you know, who probably speak in that tongue, I'm not sure. You see, where they prophesying the true breakdown, you see, what will be wrong? Or let me ask you this: if they're the real ones, then why aren't they doing it? You see? And also, if you're an individual and stuff who work for them, you know what I'm saying, you know, or they blessing you some type of way or giving you some sort of benefits, you know, what would be the problem of doing the works of the Lord that they, you know, I know the name is different, but you know, you still call them the true names. I'm just trying to make a point. Bear with me. So, you know, if you still went out there and do that in that language, and the doctrines are still all there, I don't know if you're gonna find an apocrypha. You know, should they trip? You see, or matter of fact, why aren't they doing it? You see, you know, because as you can see clearly, they're not the true people, because when they claim to be who they were, they never did the things that the Bible claimed that they were supposed to do. You see, so right now, all those who's getting those benefits from them, and you an Israelite, no matter how you look, you gonna have to choose, because you're not gonna be able to still serve them and be of the Lord, man. You know, you're not gonna be able to. I mean, because think about it, if you still serve them, What happens when it comes down to the Lord, where he like, nah, you really down for them. You care for those riches that man. So now he's like, depart from me, even though you ain't do no iniquity. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord's like, depart from me. You know what I'm saying? Because really at heart, you was down for the Edomites. Because eventually down the line, they're gonna seek a pledge. You see? And what is that pledge? The MOTB, the mark of the beast. You see? Now if you are able to get around that, hey, that's beautiful. And still get your money, that's cool. But they're gonna want that homage. They're gonna want to see you bow the knee to them. And they already came out with how they want it to be done. You see, so you're gonna have to choose. You know, you're gonna have to choose because they're gonna subject everyone on earth. You know what I'm saying? With making everything digital. You see, so even when it comes down to you all who work for them and you got a so-called high-paying job, well, not even high-paying job, uh, 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 not even a high-paying job. But it pretty much if you down for them and stuff, guess what? You're gonna get destroyed because you're gonna have to show that like, look, I ain't doing it. I ain't fucking with it. And they're gonna look at that as high treason. You see? You know? So this is for this is Matthew 6:24. It says, no man can serve two masters. It says, for either he will hate the one and love the other. And the Lord's gonna try you. Like right now and stuff, yeah, you can probably secretly do it, but the time is coming and stuff where you're gonna have to full fledged show who you following. So it says, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh. It says in Mammon going into money, and who's gonna control that? Esau, Edom. You see, because we still in the midst and stuff of this rulership, and he's gonna put everybody underneath his subjection. And you got to even look at it like this: Are you gonna sit up here? Are you gonna sit up here and you know continue within his illusory? I guess that's the best word. Are you gonna continue within his illusory and stuff? Because then you're gonna lose with him. Hand joined hand shall utterly be thrust through. You see, you'll be done. You see, you'll be done, and then uh, uh, they're gonna have access to everything. So even if you like an individual, I got to do what Apostle Paul did. You know, pretty soon and stuff, you're gonna have to show full fleshness. You know what I'm saying of full fleshness and stuff of who you're gonna be down for. You see, you know, ain't no back and forth. You know, because a lot of you all and stuff, to maintain access and abilities, you're gonna have to sit up here and go full fledged with them. You see, so I'm talking about uh, uh, the the head of the Edomites, the Amalekites. You see, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to pretty much be in the spirit where it's like you don't give a fuck because everybody's gonna be in this situation involuntary. You see, you know. So it's what choices are you gonna do? You gonna bow the knee to Esau, Edom, or you gonna bow the knee to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? You see, and that's coming up. So it ain't gonna be no secret. So matter of fact, let me get this. This is John. This is John 10:1. So now guess what? The Lord, we know that the Lord is an all still man. We're talking about Yahweh Shai, and he's also a splitting image when it comes down to the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So what are you gonna do? It is John 10:1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, it says, he that entered not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. So the Lord is looking at you like rejection material. So you already know that you're gonna get saved through him. Everything is happening and stuff according to his will. So why would you sit up here and stuff and go by the false will willingly? Wouldn't that be stupid? Or you'll have them where it's like, oh, I'm just trying to hold on as much as I can and whatnot and stuff. That's not gonna work either, because they're gonna shut everything down and stuff to rule with an iron fist. So trying to finesse that way and stuff ain't gonna work. You see? So verse 2, it says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of sheep. You see, so verse 3, it says, to him the porter openeth. It says, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. So you can find yourself in a position when you ain't gonna be part of the Lord's sheep, but you could be the goat. And if you be the goat and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna get destroyed. You see, you know, you know, right? So it says, verse 4. I think I read this already. Verse 4, it says, and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them. It says, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. You know what I'm saying? So when the sheep hear the shepherd that they recognize, guess what? They're going to follow him right away, like how the 12 apostles followed Yahushua right away and whatnot and stuff. Ain't no, because remember, the Gospels talk about how there's individuals where they was being bidden to the wedding, but yet they had an excuse. Guess what? They got destroyed. You see? So what is your excuse? Hold on, I'm not ready yet. I'm still trying to get this money. I'm still trying to I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to get this bag and whatnot and stuff. The Lord gonna be like, all right, go ahead, do that. Look at the one stuff where it's like, Lord, I want to follow you. He was like, I want to follow you. I want to follow you. That oh yeah. So the thing about it's like here because I got distracted. So what happens and stuff if it's like I gotta read it again. John 10:4, it says, and when he put his it's like it. Now I remember the Wadi Abashim shot. When it came down to it and stuff, you had that one dude was like, Lord, can I follow you? And he was like, guess what? Drop everything that you have and come with me. And he had great riches, and he like, nah, I can't do that. And it was like, well, you can't come with me then. You see? So guess what? You all that got like many riches and whatnot and stuff, who the hell you gonna be faithful to? Because it's two kings, but one is gonna lose, and one is on his way, and he's gonna win. And then in this, I don't wanna, I'm not challenging. What I'm saying, I'm just using this terminology. If you so hard, then go hard for the Lord. Then at least you win in the end. You see, you know. Remember the Lord said in I think it's Hebrews 4. It says that he would not forget your labor of love, but you got to continue doing righteousness. You can't do righteousness on the slide or unknown. You know what I'm saying? Or the enemy. That's cool, but eventually down the line and stuff, you're gonna have to be out of pocket with it. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. You see? And yes, I'm gonna get the guillotine, right? But guess what? It says precious in the eyes of the Lord the death of the saints, meaning that you'll sit up here and be a martyr for me, You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to this work, you're gonna be greatly rewarded. Yahweh Shai is second in command. Yahweh Shai is the first fruit. And guess what? He gonna rule over that. At least you go out and stuff doing the right thing. You see, because the right thing when it comes down to this world and stuff, everything is gonna pass away and you're seeing it. So I understand loyalty, you know what I'm saying? But I say this, if you've been dealing with Esau, dipping and dabbing and whatnot, your women gonna come even if you on the side of the Lord. So don't worry about that. But if you've been dipping and dabbing and stuff for Esau's benefits, he's gonna mess you over because he is the king of doing you wrong and stuff when it come down to entreaties. You see, you know, deals. This ain't what I signed up for and stuff. We changed something. That's not in the paperwork and whatnot. So what? So what you gonna do? Because other than that, we gonna cut shit off if you ain't trying to listen to what we talking about. You see? And this is where faith come in, right? So it's lucky for the speaking so much. This verse 5, it says, and a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him. It says, for they know not the voice of strangers. You see, so we're not gonna deal with Esau Edom's doctrine of this world. Because if it's a new world order, who's to say that when it comes down to religion, they gonna come up with a brand new religion? It's like you gonna have to follow that. So then where's your loyalty then? Guess what? You're gonna have to either just bow the knee or you're gonna be like, look, I can't do this no more. You see? I have to follow my power. And the real power is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and stuff, and you will see that, you know? So what are you gonna do? You need to ask yourself this question. Do you want to be the GOAT? And what's the GOAT? Cypher from the Matrix, the first one, who wanted to live in a false reality, wanted to live in dreamland, knowing that everything was fake. You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to live in truth like Neo did, man? You see? And hopefully be saved. Hopefully get spiritual powers. You see? Hopefully convert your whole family and stuff so you can get up out that jam and be written in the book of life for those and stuff who find their lives very precious. You see? You know? It's verse 6. It says, this parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not what things they were, which he spake unto them. And it says, verse 7, it says, then said Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, it says, I am the door of the sheep. It says, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. See? Right? So if you don't hear correctly, well, if you hear the wrong stuff, it sound good. But if you hear the wrong tune and stuff, guess what? You're gonna be dancing to your destruction. It's like look at the music nowadays and stuff. All it is death, drugs, degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? And as it says in Ecclesiastes 10:6, it says, follow your setting great dignity. You see? Oh, that rhyme. Look at that. And with that being the case, with that being the case, uh, with that being the case, uh, uh, like I lost my train of thought. Yeah, with that being the case and stuff, with them loving degeneracy and whatnot and stuff, if you degenerate and stuff, then guess what? You're not profitable when it come down to being a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Because remember, you made a deal with the Lord first. All us Israelites and stuff made a deal with the Lord. You see, and he a jealous power and stuff, and you see how he getting in with those and stuff who still want to be rebellious against him. You see, who ain't even trying and stuff to now you know we underneath grace. Now don't get me wrong, we underneath grace. The Lord says, be holy as he is be holy as your Father in heaven is holy. So You know, hey, the Lord said we gonna have gold, carbuncle and stuff. You telling me and stuff that you want to be loyal to asphalt and concrete and stuff when that shit got a backfire and stuff to destroy your legs? You see, you know, they could, you know, and then uh, for what I've seen, this is what you might do. They not all of them, but for the ones who really got power and stuff and they be real prideful, you could be all good and stuff and they'll just fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. And it tells you that in Proverbs 4:16, you know, because it's entertaining for them, you know, to see somebody in misery and shock and, you know, uncertainty and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They love that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's all negative, you know, and the Lord is going to push that negativity out the way and bring in positivity and stuff. And positivity is being brought within this negativity, you know what I'm saying, and consuming it. You see, you know, and the Lord is going to give us raw ass shit, man. You know, not cubicles. You know what I'm saying? You know, not cubicles, not you're gonna have your own land. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna have precious stones and stuff. You know, you have an entire palace and stuff made of diamonds instead of listening to an individual and stuff, you know what I'm saying, who rapping and whatnot, instead of talking about he got 10 bathrooms and he can shit all day. You could be the one who could have 10 bathrooms and shit all day because you eating good food and your bowels moving the way it's supposed to and stuff. You see? Not just sitting in your stomach. You see? You know? So come on, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna choose? Yeah, that money seem good right now and stuff, but it says everything, the earth shall pass away, but the Lord's word shall never pass away. And that also means that there's going to be prophecies and stuff that's still going to happen and stuff, even though Jake is in the kingdom. And when I say Jake, I'm talking about Israelites. You see, you know, you know, yeah, them demons climbing. Them demons are climbing. You see, so damn, the world got all my information. So this is you know, and for anybody out there and stuff, it's like, well, you know, the Lord don't fuck with you. Well, better hope that he fucks with you. You better hope that he fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because if not, you know, guess what side you're gonna choose and be sitting up here upset when it comes down to not listening to your teachers to give you instructions when your body and soul is consumed. You see, right? Take heed, right? So it says verse 8. It says, verse 9, it says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. It says, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly and stuff. So anybody and stuff who don't have this life when it comes down to the scriptures, you ain't finna have no abundance. You're gonna reap sparingly, even though it looks like you got a lot. You see, the scripture says, "He that spareth sparingly, you know, he that worketh sparingly shall reap sparingly." Right? He that worketh abundantly shall reap abundantly. So the Lord's saying you're gonna have abundance. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do the will of another, because that's gonna make him jealous, and that's gonna make him want to sit up here and do something to you. If you an Israelite, you see, right? So it's just a quick lesson. Verse 11, Salaki, it says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. It says, but he that is an hireling, you know, I'm just doing this for the money, y'all. You know, I don't really give a fuck about y'all. I'm just doing this for the money. Right? The scripture says there's no greater friend than a friend who layeth down there's no greater one than a friend that layeth down his life for his friend. You see, Yahushua did that, and it's like, shoot, shit, I want it back. You see, right? So, verse 12, it says, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, see if the wolf coming, right? The trouble that's coming, right? Because a wolf is trouble to the sheep. You know what I'm saying? Their lives is on the line. And if you're a shepherd, you're a leader, and you give protection. You see, it says, see if the wolf coming. It says, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. It says, and the wolf catches them and scatter the sheep. And pretty much, you know what people would say about that. They would call an individual, when it comes down to responsibility of those who are helpless, who's in need. They call them bitch ass niggas. You see, I'm just in this for myself. But you have a requirement. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the job description and stuff to care for the ones that you know, that if the Lord did want to pay you, you know what I'm saying, it's like you got responsibility, you see, you know, and you're gonna get a great reward in the end and stuff if you do right, you see. Guess what? He gonna give you everlasting life. You're never gonna die again. You're gonna be in royalty and stuff when it comes down to being an Israelite and stuff who fight the good fight of faith, you see, who endured to the end and stuff and got saved, even if it is through death, you see, you know. You know, right? Right? And remember, we're servants of the Lord and stuff. So if you're expecting to get paid, you better do right. So this is verse 13. And it says, the hireling fleeth because he is an hireling. It says, and careth not for the sheep. And then what Yahweh Shai said unto Peter, it says, if you love me, feed my lambs. You see? So if you're a hireling, you don't really care about the sheep. You know what I'm saying? You just in it for yourself. And that's whole ass shit and stuff, because if you in a situation where, you know, you the one that's in the need and whatnot and stuff, and yet the one that's supposed to control things, you know what I'm saying, or make sure that you fed and stuff with this word, and they're not doing it, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're gonna be like, man, you really let me down. I never do you like that. But you gonna be like, well, I'll do it to you, because you feeding yourself, you see, you know, and the Lord talks about false prophets, or false prophets in Micah the third chapter, where it's like, you know what you need is you feed yourself, where you just learn the knowledge, but you supposed to feed the congregation, but you just tell you just learn it for yourself. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get destroyed. I'm gonna destroy you, because that's not your job description. Your job, yes, you doing part of it. You being partial. Don't be partial. You see, do what I said. Feed yourself, and what you feed yourself. No, when I feed you, you feed them. You see, that's how it's supposed to go. You see, right? So it says, verse 14. It says, I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and am known of mine. So look at it this way: if you're a hireling, you're no different and stuff than the one who kept his talent in a napkin. You see, and guess what? You're gonna get cursed. You're gonna get fired. What's the real fire of the Lord and stuff? True fire. You see, you know, or something else agonizing. You see, you know, and then it wouldn't be for a good cause. It would be for you being wicked. You see, right? Verse 15, it says, and the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. It says, and the other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring. It says, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd and stuff. And that other fold is referring to that other fold and stuff is referring to the Israelite Gentiles. You see, and they tell you that in John 7:38. You know what I'm saying? When the ones who was in the know, you know what I'm saying? You know, he Yahushua was like, hey, I'm finna dip. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they was like, oh, is he gonna go to the Gentiles? And they knew that they was Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Following a strange way. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when that time comes? You see? Because it's only one way. You know, it's gonna be like Minority Report. If you try to do some underground woo to woo, they gonna catch that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, now if it's like a regular barter, when you trading different materials and stuff for something else, you know what I'm saying, for some essentials, that's one thing. But if it's something that you can't get in the black market and stuff, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sell out, or you gonna sell out for Esau, or you gonna sell out for Yahweh Shem Yahshua with the riches of majorly grand? You see, way better. You see. So choose, as it says in Joshua 24:15, choose you this day who ye shall serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Wahara Kakodash, double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa Baba Ba, Kwam Yasharallah.